nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Mr. John Peter Amewu, 32. In your absence, I apologize for the late start. So let me repeat to you that we profusely apologize for making you wait 4 hours plus before starting with this vetting. So we'll make it as quick as possible. But please also assist us by being concise and precise with your answers. If you leave any loose ends, people will ask for precision. So please assist us so we can move faster. You start by giving us a brief history of yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is John Peter Amewu, born 16th of March 1968 in Hokwe municipality in a village called Litoje, currently not accessible by road. Mr. Chairman, I started my school from a village called Andekope, where I continued to Demonstration Primary School in Hokwe. From there, I went to Demonstration Junior Secondary School and ended up my O-level 86-87 academic year in St. Mary's Seminary Secondary School. Mr. Chairman, I continued to Addis Ababa College between 89, where I had my A-level. After having my A-level, I went to University of Science and Technology, where I read building technology with specialization in quantities. Mr. Chairman, I came down to Accra and worked briefly after having done my service in St. Mary's Seminary Secondary School, did my attachment, came back and worked with a company called Kotopazi Construction Limited. After working with Kotopazi, I continued to work with Frandesco West Africa Limited, one of the civil engineering company. And Mr. Chairman, I'm proud to say that we're the first company in Ghana to construct the ever precast pre-concrete stretch bridge here in Ghana. I was then the young deputy project manager for that company. After that, I went to University of Ghana, Legon, Mr. Chairman, where I studied in MBA Finance with concentration in finance. From Legon, I joined Kasab Construction Service Limited as a contract manager. And between 2005 and 2009, I was called by His Excellency President Kufuor to serve in his government. And so I went to Hokwe Municipality, Mr. Chairman, where I serve as the Municipal Chief Executive. At the end of his tenure in 2008, I went to University of Dundee in Scotland, where I read International Energy Industry Management. I came down to Ghana between 2011 and 2012, Mr. Chairman, and worked with Ghana Institute of Public Management Administration, GIMPA. I was then a hub manager for the Regional Extractive Industry Knowledge Hub, which I managed briefly for 2 years. Mr. Chairman, with collaboration with few friends, I decided to co-found an African Center for Energy Policy with one of my good friend, Dr. Amin, as a co-founder. Having founded ESEP, Mr. Chairman, I worked briefly and resigned from ESEP and joined Volta Region MPP, where I contested for the position of the regional chairman. Mr. Chairman, currently I'm the regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party from the Volta region. I am extremely excited, Mr. Chairman, that I sit here today as a nominee.
Chairman, just sorry. You are chairman for Volta region or from the Volta region? Did I hear you right?
I'm a chairman of the MPP, Volta Regional MPP.
You are chairman Volta Regional MPP?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I sit here today as the nominee for Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. And I want to use this opportunity to say that, Mr. Chairman, if this noble house confirm me, I will work to make sure the President, Nana Akufo-Addo's agenda for job creation, making sure that there's transparency in the lease processes of our land, and moved forward to increase productivity within our land administration and forest management as in accordance with Clause 257 of our Constitution of this country.
Okay, we'll start from your CV. If there are any issues on the CV, people want clarification or correction, please.
Chairman, thank you very much, and congratulations, Honorable Amewu. Can you help us the consistency of your name? The communication from His Excellency the President, John Peter, is not hyphenated, but on your CV, you have hyphenated John Peter. Just for the consistency of our records, what should it be?
Mr. Chairman, is hyphenated John Peter Amewu.
Still on page 1 of your CV, kindly take note of the spelling of curriculum. I hope we will have your permission to amend the spelling of curriculum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Permission granted.
We will also need you to provide us with the start dates of your academic programs, the start dates. You've only given us the end of year, your LLM, your EMBA, your MBA, down to your BSc. You only gave us the end date. We will want to have the start dates of all of these programs for obvious reasons, so we can know the duration of these programs. If there are any gaps in your CV, we can ask the right questions. So kindly help us with the start dates of these academic programs. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'll amend as suggested.
Are you able to provide them now, so we will be sure about if there are any gaps or overlaps? Just if you can provide them. If not, we can pass.
Mr. Chairman, I should be able to provide them, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the master's in LLM commenced in 2012 and ended in 2016. It was a long duration program because I was then in Gimpa and I was doing it at long distance. The International Energy Industry Management commenced in 2009, September, and ended in 2011. The Masters in Business Administration was in the 1989 academic year and ended in 2001. Mr. Chairman, the BSc from Tech was 1991-90 academic year and ended up in 1994. The other studies in University of Queensland, Australia, and also University of Sydney were short courses which were within a period of six months each. At this other college was 1988 to 1989, as I've stated there. The Lobby Seminary Serene School was stated at 83-87, as I've indicated. St. Francis demonstration was between 1980 and 1987, Mr. Chairman. St. Francis Demonstration JSS, 1980-1983. St. Francis Demonstration Primary School was between 75 and 1980. Ando Primary School in the Volta region was 74-75, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Your A-level, you did it for 1 year at this other college?
My A-level, Mr. Chairman, 2 years. Mr. Chairman, my A-level was for 2 years, not for 1 year.
But you have 1988 to 1989?
Yes, the 89 was 89-90 academic year. So, yes, please. These are academic years.
Okay, so you need to add the academic year, so there's clarity on that. If you come with me to page 4 of your CV, page 4 of your CV, the second bullet, the Ghana Institute of Can you take a look at that?
Page 4.
Yes, page 4 of your CV, under working experience. Is it the GIMPA we all know? The second paragraph under work experience.
Page 4. Yes. Ghana Institute of Management of Public Administration. And Public Administration. Yes.
So please take note of that. It should be end. Page 5, we'll have your permission to amend positions held. Positions held. We'll amend that. And finally, from me, your hobbies. Quite interesting. You indicate that you have 3 children. But when it comes to your hobbies, you say that you love to play with your daughter. Playing with my daughter. How about the other children? You don't like to play with them?
Mr. Chairman, I do.
I hope you are not a discriminating dad.
Not at all, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, my daughter is the last born, very beautiful lady, girl, and so most often she's with me, and that is exactly what I do with her often. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
So, Chairman, let me welcome John Peter Amewu and just refer him to page 4 of your CV, particularly some of the narratives there appear twice. Do we have your permission to explain them? When you watch where you were hub manager for Africa Regional Extractive Industry Knowledge, you have it down again as professional experience. And then the whole narrative under Director of Research and Policy, Africa Center for Energy Policy should be enough. The paragraph there, I don't see it serving any major purpose, unless you have an objection. Do we?
It's not at all, Mr. Chairman.
All right,
you can amend. Yeah.
Then your primary school, is it Ando? How do you call it? Which primary school you went to?
Mr. Chairman, it's Ando Kope, Ando. ANDU, Ando.
You didn't add the Kope. Or I needed a player with Okro to be able to join you in doing that. Ando.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's Ando Kope.
You didn't.
It's popularly called Ando.
Yeah, I want the full name of the school as you have done. So, Chairman, I'm done with the CV, but just a very important portfolio of natural lands and natural resources. What will you do to improve land and forestry administration and management in Ghana?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, if this House grants me the nod and approve me as the minister for the sector, I'll immediately set up a team to take an inventory of all the lands that are within the jurisdiction of this ministry. Mr. Chairman, you agree with me that through the powers of eminent domain granted government over the period had managed to acquire sizable acreages of land across this country. In some instances, compensations of those lands have been paid. In some instances, compensations have not fully been paid. Mr. Chairman, as I speak today, we do not have a complete inventory of the lands within the various, commissions. Mr. Chairman, it is surprising that compensation for lands that have been paid are not even known, as I stated earlier on. And so, on assumption of office, I will make exercise is done. That will enable me, Mr. Chairman, to know where the lands are, which ones compensations have been paid for, and which ones have not been paid for. In most of the instances, I will adapt the process of brownfield development, where compensations for lands have not been paid. I will try to see where we can trade land for infrastructure development and make sure that resources granted or generated from that can be used to pay compensation to landowners. Mr. Chairman, the land administration problem is a problem within this country. Land title registration takes about 2 years, sometimes. In accordance with our manifesto, the President said categorically that we should be able to reduce the long duration in land title administration. And Mr. Chairman, I will work with the President in accordance with his vision to make sure that the period for land title registration is brought down to the minimum, a minimum of 30 days.
Chairman, so we have your word that once this committee and Parliament approves you, Ghanaian can expect that in 30 days they can process land?
Mr. Chairman, that's what I'm going to work towards.
Hold on. Let's be clear. Are you making a pledge that all you are is what you're going to work to achieve?
I'm going to work to achieve that, Mr. Chairman.
If you don't choose your words carefully, you'll get into trouble. You're done. Honorable Helu wanted to ask a question on your CV, so we'll take care and then go back to the men.
Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations, Honorable nominee. Actually, you are from my constituency and also from my hometown, partly. So you're just part of me. The CV is well done, well bound and all that, but page 1, the cover page, there's a spelling mistake there. You may want to correct it because of the records. Lands and natural resources. The cover page. Yeah. So you may want to correct that later. Then,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. On page 4, you indicated that under your professional experience, you participated in consultations on Petroleum Revenue Management Bill 2010. Is it the entire year or a period? We need to know.
Mr. Chairman, it's within a period.
So we would like to know the period.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll provide.
The last comment is your explanation that Blitoji has no road. And I want to say that people can have access to Blitoji either through Togo or through Togo, yes. And we have just attempted to pave a way to Blitoji. And I'll need your support so that we have a good road going to Blitoji. But Blitoji has access roads. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's a very interesting observation of the Member of Parliament for Blitoji. We'll go straight into the meat of the matter. We have already spent so much time outside, so we'll do two here, and then we'll consider whether we'll do more. Okay, let me start from Honorable Ahi. I'll come to you and I'll come to you, and then there are 3 of you. Which one do you want?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, in your own estimation,
of 238,000. To give you the exact figures, but about 50% of the 16,000 kilometers squared has already been depleted. And so that is where we stand as a country. Mr. Chairman, the extent of degradation, depletion of our forests is becoming a very, very critical issue for this country. And we as a country need to do something immediately. Mr. Chairman, on assumption of office, I'm going to collaborate, if I'm given the nod by this August House, I'm going to collaborate with the chiefs, opinion leaders, and all stakeholders to make sure that those areas that depletions have been detected to be of intense, we will do replanting to make sure that we revert the current rate of degradations of our land. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, our water bodies are managed by, in fact, but now because of the realignment of the ministries, it will be managed by the Ministry of Sanitation and Water. And the money also falls under your jurisdiction. But you realize that through Galamsey, they destroy a lot of our water bodies. What are you going to do to collaborate effectively with the Ministry of Sanitation and Water so that we can control or manage this problem?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a good suggestion. Of course, it's important that we collaborate with sister, ministries to address some of this problem. I will do the collaborations as you rightly suggested when I get into office, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the issue of Galamsey is again another technical issue that is affecting this country. Galamsey today, employed over 1 million Ghanaians, direct factory hands. Mr. Chairman, in 1988, between 85 and 88, Galamsey constitutes just about 2% of the gold output in Ghana. As I speak today, it's about 27, 28%. Its contribution in terms of GDP, the hidden economy, is huge. And it has employed a lot of, youth, both direct and indirect. Mr. Chairman, we will need to enhance this system of operations of the small scale, some aspect of it popularly called the Galamsey, into this country. I will tackle that pillars on three or four main pillars. Mr. Chairman, I will do that through the policy, the law, technology, and enforcement. Mr. Chairman, let me use this opportunity to give credence to the NDC administration for passing amendment mining and minerals law 2015. Mr. Chairman, what that law seeks to do is to introduce stiffer punishment. And as a country, we must begin to enforce some of these laws. And so if the House gives me the nod, I'm not going to take it lightly at all. If you go, sorry, Mr. Chairman, if you refuse to do the right thing, the law will get you. And I am going to apply the law to address the Galamsey issue in Ghana, Mr. Chairman.
Even if it is your party executives that are engaged in the Galamsey, are you sure you're going to be able to enforce them strictly?
Mr. Chairman, that is a very good question. Mr. Chairman, I'm not a minister for party executives. Mr. Chairman, I'm a minister for the Republic of Ghana. And for the purpose of intergenerational equity, we must leave something down for our generation to come and see. Mr. Chairman, if the past 50 years, our forefathers have done what we are doing today, I don't think we will have a water to drink. And so irrespective of your party color, irrespective of who owns the land, irrespective of your family background, the law would be applied. I think that is the main reason why the law was amended.
Chairman, is Galamsey referred to in the law as Galamsey? In the law that you are talking about, you have something called Galamsey in the law?
Not at all, Mr. Chairman. Galamsey is not actually referred in the law. But the point I'm trying to address is that the law has made provision indirectly to address that difficulty. And so,
use the appropriate word. You intend to help deal with the problem of illegal mining. Is that the case?
Precisely, illegal mining.
Will you make a distinction between Ghanaians involved legitimately and lawfully in small-scale mining as opposed to the legal prohibition of foreigners in small-scale mining?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, directly, that is what I would do. There are Ghanaians that are doing the right thing. Not all the small-scale miners are doing illegal mining, not at all. And that is why I mentioned their contribution. Mr. Chairman, those that are doing the right thing, we will need to help them. And so through training, we should be able to assist them to do the right thing. The recalcitrant one, of course, they will be facing the law. In that new amendment law, the penalty ranges have been increased between 30,000 and 300,000 above for foreigners. And so these are deterring. And if a recalcitrant person decided to go and mine in an area not designated for that, of course, that law must be applied. And so the application of the law will be done as in accordance, with the terms of the law.
Chairman, the nominee sounds like he's launching another national campaign on discipline. Do the right thing. We want to know the activities of small-scale miners is concerned to many communities and many chiefs and opinion leaders. There are times that you would be compelled to seize assets. Will you do that?
Mr. Chairman, I will do that.
Will you account for those assets? We've heard in instances where this machine or that machine was seized and tomorrow it's a different story. Can we get a guarantee for you that whatever is seized in the name of the state will be managed in accordance with Ghanaian law?
Mr. Chairman, the law allows the law enforcement agencies to do that and confiscate assets, and that will be done in accordance with the law.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the nominee is alleged to, after the elections, have called to say that the former President Lawrence helped MPP in Volta region to maximize votes. Mr. Chairman, I want to find out from the nominee how former President Lawrence helped the MPP to maximize votes in Volta region, and the level of relationship that exists between yourself and the former President Lawrence.
Chairman, I think that relationships are personal relationships, so please ask another question.
No, we can rephrase the question. You are reported to have indicated somewhere that you called former President Rawlings in the course of the campaign. Is it true?
Mr. Chairman, not called. I think I've been misquoted, and I just want to leave it at that.
Do you regret what was attributed to you?
Mr. Chairman, because of the way the word called him or he called, that was not the statement I made.
Which one was attributed to you? At least something related to him was attributed to you. What was it?
What was attributed was that he did call. I never said he called me, Mr. Chairman.
Do you regret it?
Mr. Chairman, I want to leave it at that.
No. Do you know he's a person of high standing, and once his name is mentioned, we should say things about him that are true and things about him that we know. It will not be fair to his person and his standing that he would be associated in activities. He's a founder of our great party, the NDC, and therefore, when you associate those comments with him, you may be lowering his standing in the eyes of many people. Do you share that?
Mr. Chairman, I take measures to apologize to him.
Club.
Thank you very much. Chairman, congratulations.
Thank you.
I have two simple questions for you. When you come to Tema, along the banks of the Sakuma Lagoon, stretching from the north, Committee 12, Committee 11, Committee 10, Committee 6, way back to Committee 3. There's a serious encroachment on the land, which is described as Ramsar site. And the Tema Development Corporation has no control at all because abuse is so enormous. Attempt to stop this abuse. I've had a lot of challenges on the hands of the Tema Development Corporation to the extent that some of their staff have even been injured. May I respectfully find out from you, what are you going to do to assist the corporation so we protect this wildlife called the Ramsar site? Because it's becoming an abuse. What are you going to do to assist the corporation to stop this abuse in Tema? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I will work in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing and the Tema Development Corporation to make sure that this issue is addressed when I get into office.
My second and final question happens to do with boundary disputes of lands. From a village called Sasabi on the Accra-Dodowa Road is a village under Tema, Adigo, Kubeklu, Zenu in the north. Coming to the middle is Bethlehem. Straight to the coast is the distinction. Mr. Chairman, I'm laying my foundation.
You may end up building a house.
Frankie, there is this lingering dispute between the people of Tema and Pong, the traditional disputes. And I want to find out from you, what are you going to do to streamline, to make sure, since you say you want to take inventory of the lands and all that, I'm sure we'll be looking at some of these boundaries between towns and all that. What are you going to do so that we bring some sanity so that traditional towns will know that, look, this is a land for A and this is a land for the traditional area B. What are you going to do to really assist to bring some sanity in the system? Not necessarily Tema and Pong alone, but in other places where you have these lingering land disputes. Thank you.
Honourable Member, since I have, Mr. Chairman, since I have no detail of the information being provided, I'll consult the Honourable Member when I get to office, and together with the various agencies, we will resolve the problem.
No. Yes.
Most grateful, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I will have to revisit the President Rawlings matter. On the 21st of December, President Rawlings issued a statement on the statements that you made on the 20th of December on Joy FM. And in the statement, President Rawlings wrote, quote, "To make such untruthful and absurd claims of a follow-up telephone call which can easily be verified is foolhardy, imprudent, unbecoming of a political actor who is supposed to lead with integrity and absolutely disrespectful to former President Rawlings," unquote. The statement further demanded a retraction and an apology from you. In your answer to the Honorable Minority Leader, you said you will now consider an apology. This statement was issued on the 21st of December. May I ask, what are you waiting for before you put out a retraction and an apology to the former president?
Mr. Chairman, processes is on course to render that apology to him.
Can you just...
In more than a month, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry. can you just dissociate yourself from those regrettable comments and proceed further? We know what other steps you will take, but for our purposes, can you just say that you are sorry that you are associated with that?
No, Chairman, I would rather he continues with the processes he is undertaking. This is pushing him in a different direction. Please, go to you.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I was praying that your ruling will have asked him to throw light on the processes. These processes look very, very peculiar indeed, very long processes. But, Mr. Chairman, I'll respect your ruling. I want to come to policy issues now. The Land Administration Project, LAP, we have been at it for a while now. We are in phase 2. My information is that phase 2, which cost this country about $55 million, will be ending in March this year. And there are still major, major challenges with land administration in Ghana. In the absence of donor funding, continuous donor funding, how do you intend to champion a phase 3, a possible phase 3 of land administration to address all the bottlenecks with land administration in Ghana?
The project, Mr. Chairman, the land administration project is about 25, 30 years project, an ongoing project. Lab 2, it's completed, as rightly been put by the honorable member. The rationale for that project is to address some of the lapses that we have currently within the system. For instance, the introduction of the GELIS, which is the Ghana Enterprise Land Information System, which seems to migrate our processes of registering land from the manual environment to the digital system. That is working perfectly. The other thing was the introduction of the Client Access Unit, which serves an interface between those who are submitting their papers and to those who are working on it. The good thing about it is that it's a very good project, and if funding is made available, we should be able to resolve all this problem within the land administration in Ghana. Mr. Chairman, what I'll do is to look for external funding, both external and internal. It's very important because the money they required now to complete the process is in the range of about $8 to $10 million. And as a country, we should be able to do that because the value reconciliations in getting that money and feed it into this process will help address a lot of problems. It is not only the environment in terms of the working environment. That is the main problem. Mr. Chairman, they also lack staff strength. Currently, they require about 300 to 400 staff to enable them execute some of these jobs. They don't
Sorry,
have...
Chairman, who required 300 staff? Who wants 300?
The Land Commission, they are understaffed.
The
Land Commission.
No, he's now giving a different... Lands Commission.
Lands Commission.
Okay, thank you.
Currently,
not lab.
Lands Commission. The lab is a project which falls under Land Commission, if I'm right. It's a project undertaken by the Lands Commission. So the workers that are currently understaffed. And I think we need to increase their staff strength. And also, Mr. Chairman, the salary for members of the land commissions are not competitive. It is a very technical area with a high level of artificial intelligence. And we have credible people there with high level of training that are working. But because of the level of salaries that they are being paid now, they are not attracting, competitive staffs from outside to join them. So I think we have to, apart from the capital base in completing the digital system, we also need to look at the staff, their own welfare. If we do this and do it properly, we should be able to address this problem. So Lab 2 is completed, or almost completed. We will have to make sure that we talk to the World Bank to assist us to introduce the Lab 3 as quickly as possible.
Mr. Chairman, my final question will have to do with transparency in land sales. We do know that of the 239 square kilometers of land that Ghana has, 20% of that is owned by the state. There have been concerns about how private individuals come to own these lands. Will you support a new policy direction that points towards public auctioning So you advertise, and there's an auction to enhance transparency in the sale of state lands. What will be your transparency policies in terms of how state lands are sold out, or the interest of the state is withdrawn in state lands in Ghana?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think one of the fundamental problems for that sector, it's because government had not been able to pay due compensation to the landowners. And so complete ownership of the land in some cases have not been taken. And also the inventory issue that I talked about. If government can prove with record that, of course, I've been able to pay 100% compensation on the land, and the records are there for everybody to see, no family will come back to government to demand or reclaim lands that have been paid for in ages by the past or previous government. So inventory, it's very critical, which we need to do. We need to document the lands that we have fully paid compensation for, those that we have not paid compensation for. Now, coming back to your point, I think what we can do is also to go into the program or the processes of the brownfield development, which is almost similar to what I'm talking about. Today, workers from Accra have to drive 10 to 15 kilometers before they come to the ministry. Time loss in terms of productivity is a huge cost. We should be able to identify some of these lands that are close and build high-rising building. We can trade these lands with prospective investors who may come. But the issue is, why are private lands being sold more expensive than government land? I mean, why should we do that to our own country? And so we should be able to place value on this land so that we can exchange some of this land for development. And that can help our workers live within their working places. Auction is an alternative, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Cabo, Anthony Cabo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. And I'd like to congratulate my Honorable Peter Amewu, Minister-designate for Lands and Natural Resources. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm pretty sure you are very much aware of the issue of the rosewood trade in Ghana. And the hardest hit areas in this country are the Northern Gonja District, West Gonja District, Gonja East, and the Bole District. Some parts of Tumu in the Sisala areas, Fumbisi, Fonsi, and Wa West and Wa East. To a point where the chiefs in these areas have raised alarm and has warned government about the illegal felling and trade in this multi-million-dollar business. Mr. Minister-designate, I want to know, and I believe the people in those areas are listening and watching, what are you going to do about this illegal trade?
Mr. Chairman, if given the nod by this August House, I will ban that trade. I will issue letters immediately to stop that transaction.
Thank you very much. My second question has to do with the mining regime within the Northern Ecological Zone. And I'm pretty sure you are aware that in the southern part of Ghana, royalties from mining are distributed to landowners. In the south, the chiefs. In the north, would your ministry encourage mining, and how will these proceeds be distributed, especially when the lands do not belong to the chiefs but to the Tindanas, quote unquote, the landowners?
Mr. Chairman, this involves a stakeholder consultation, and so I will do a lot of consultations with the various people, my technical directors, and make sure that we address this problem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm done.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations, Honorable Nominee. First of all, can you, okay, maybe before the question, we all know that one key factor affecting land service delivery in Ghana is the human resource element. You have spoken highly of the staff strength and competence at the Commission. Now, are you worried that key players such as members of the Lands Commission, whose mandate is wisely guaranteed by Article 2641 of our Constitution, are being terminated? In one particular case, we've had a situation where even a termination letter was sent to the CEO, only for a reinstatement letter to be sent again the following day. Now, are you worried that this practice is going on? Terminations, you know, I suspect perhaps it's as a result of the suggestion under Section 14 of the Transition Act. But are you worried about these terminations and the lawfulness of these terminations, especially because of Article 2641? And if you are, what will you be doing about it when you are eventually passed as minister by this Honorable House?
Mr. Chairman, I'm not worried about the termination. The current Transition Act made provisions for some terminations. And so if terminations for various agencies are effected, I presume it's done in accordance with the Transition Act.
Well, I will wish that you look at the laws very well, because if you talk about the Transition Act, and I already made reference to Section 14, it talks of corporations and boards, but you know that the Lands Commission and its membership is guaranteed, and you know its its insulation is actually in Article 71 of the Constitution. But be as it may, I'm sure that if you look at the laws again, perhaps you will better advise yourself and look at remedies as far as the current terminations are concerned. But to my next question, this is education that I'm seeking from you. The title of your ministry is Lands and Natural Resources. I don't know if you have been wondering, as I have been wondering, what our natural resources are and whether you really have any control over our natural resources. I'm referring here to cocoa, to timber, to gas. I see the management of some of these natural resources very, out of the remit of the lands and natural resources. In that breath, will you not then say that the name has outlived its relevance?
Well, Mr. Chairman, thank you for that contribution. I would rather see natural resources more of institute. The oil and gas, the minerals resources, the forest resources. These are the fish in the waters. These are resources that are given to us by nature. Our cocoa plantation most often comes out as a result of human activity. So resources that emanate from natural causes, they are the resources that I would describe as natural resources. I agree with you when you mention oil and gas. But even the oil and gas immediately is extracted from its natural base. It's no longer a natural resource because it has gone through some processing. The gas processing plants will process the natural gas. And I can't therefore describe that as a natural resource. It becomes, a human, element. So the natural resources are those that naturally are given by God.
Okay, are you done?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll let it pass. Thank you.
Honorable Jato.
Congratulations, Mr. Minister-designate. Recent boat disaster on the lake is attributed to the stumps in the lake. I'm told that investors are interested in the removal of the stumps. I'm not talking about the water body, but I'm talking about the stumps in the lake. What is your take in that?
I don't explain
the water lake.
What stumps? You mean tree stumps?
The tree stumps in the lake.